Saturday's news.
Hello and welcome to Old News, the programme and podcast which looks at news of the day through the papers of yesterday. It's amazing how much similarity there still is. This week, the wonderful Liverpool Arms, beloved of many, including myself in my younger years. We have seen it back in the news only recently. Apparently, possibly, it may become a pub yet again. Wouldn't that be nice? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But it did set me scrabbling back into the archives to see how this veritable house, the halfway house to Laxey, has fared in the papers over the years. And the answer is quite a lot. And more to the point, which perhaps I didn't realise, is that it wasn't the only Liverpool Arms. At one stage there were at least 3 Liverpool Arms public houses on the Isle of Man, as we shall discover. I'll take you back first to the Isle of Man Times of Saturday, August the 3rd, 1867. Daniel Cleaters, the original halfway house to Laxey, now called the Liverpool Arms. So that's when it first got its name, 1867. Before that, Daniel Cleaters. The Liverpool Arms, choice wines and spirits, Burton and other ales, London and Dublin porter, cider and all kinds of cordials, refreshments on the shortest notice, prices moderate. Not cheap, but moderate. The second house from Onken Village. That makes you think, doesn't it? DC, that's Daniel Cleater presumably, has kept a public house on this road during the last 9 years. So that takes us back to the 1850s. Cars for hire on the shortest notice and, very handily, lock-up stabling. If you were coming out, you could put your horse to bed there and make sure no one wandered off with it, presumably. Who knows? Could you drink and ride your horse home? I don't know that either. We skip to the Isle of Man Times, Saturday, June the 21st, 1873, the Liverpool Arms of Maloo Street, Castletown. George Clark, Maloo Street, Castletown, Isle of Man, begs to inform his customers, visitors and the public that he has entered on his new premises, situated higher up the same street next door to Mr. Whiteside's warehouse. The house is replete with every convenience, good stabling and a large garden for the accommodation of tourists, visitors and families, dinners and other refreshments at all hours. Excellent accommodation for lodgers, wines and spirits the best imported, Manx and other ales of choice quality. Sounds like a good place, Mr. Clark. I'd go there. We'll stay in the same year, 1873, but turn to the Manx Sun of Saturday, July the 26th. The Liverpool Arms Hotel, Ramsey, Isle of Man, here's number 3. To be disposed of by tender, the goodwill of that well-situated and old-established hotel and spirit vaults known as the Liverpool Arms Quay, Ramsey. The house has recently been put into a thoroughly good state of repair and has excellent cellars and other accommodation for carrying on a flourishing business. I wonder if it predated the other Liverpool Arms. The furniture and stock will have to be taken at evaluation. Rent, £30 per annum. A 7 years lease may be had by a suitable tenant. Tenders accompanied by references must be sent in to the undersigned before the 28th of July. The trustees do not bind themselves to accept the highest or any tender. The trustees being Mr. Thomas M. Pritchard of the Quay in Ramsey and Mr. J. W. Clinch of Lake Brewery in Douglas. Mr. Clinch, the original Mr. Clinch of Clinch's Brewery, one assumes. July the 15th, that was dated, 1873. We skip forward 5 years to 1878 in the Manx Sun, Saturday, October the 19th. On Wednesday, October the 23rd, 1878, the Liverpool Arms Hotel, Castletown. W.J. Craig is instructed by Mr. C.S. Kane to sell by auction on this date the Liverpool Arms Hotel. Situate in Maloo Street, Castletown, together with a large and well-stocked garden, excellent yard and outbuildings and 2 plots of building ground fronting Maloo Street. The whole will be sold in one lot, forming a very desirable investment, as it is highly suitable for either a gentleman's residence or an hotel. Auction to commence on the premises at 2:30 in the afternoon. Auctioneer's Office, Imperial Stables, Douglas. If we turn to the Isle of Man Examiner of Tuesday, June the 30th, 1917, so midway through the First War. Tuesday, July the 10th, 1917, Liverpool Arms Hotel, Laxey Road. Hotel, dining, sitting and smoke room, furniture, bedroom, suites, etc. And this would appear to be the selling off of its contents. And what contents they were, of some quality, by the sound of it. Superior, mellow-toned, upright cottage pianoforte in mahogany case, iron frame, full trichord by that noted maker, John Brinsmead. 4 Spanish mahogany chiffoniers, 3 dining-room suites in leather cloth, mahogany frame sofa, mahogany frame couch, ladies and gents easy to match. Old brass fender, a genuine one, fine brasses, oak frame pier glasses, walnut frame overmantels, 4-foot dark walnut bedroom suite with robe, pair of enclosed tables, 2 light walnut half suites, pairs of birch bedroom tables, rare Chippendale dressing glass, birch dressing glasses, best quantity carpet, pattern linoleum and oilcloth, and the whole of the smoke-room Britannia tables, seating, bentwood chairs, stools, bracket and standard lamps, beer, wine and spirit glasses, corks, drawers, beer pumps, etc., etc. Underneath we read of Tuesday, July the 10th, 1917, the Liverpool Arms Hotel, Laxey Road, Mr. T.W. Shimon has received instructions from the executor of the estate of the late Caroline Mary Gresty to sell by public auction on the above date the whole of the valuable furniture contained in this well-furnished hotel, comprising, and again we go through several, the pianoforte again, the mahogany frame, suites, the leather furniture. The smoke room has 4 Britannia tables, fender and fire brasses. The kitchen and outside effects have kitchen tables, Windsor chairs, fender enclosed cupboards, a fireproof safe, dinner and teaware, waiters, pots and pans. When it says waiters, I assume not the human waiters. Fountain, a ringing machine, tubs, pegs, wash-up, ladders, garden tools, a garden seat. And then the vaults and bar, the seating there. Tables, stools, chairs, spittoons. You forget about those, don't you? But still going strong. And the whole of the glass tumblers, wine and spirit glasses, spirit, keg and taps, cork drawers, beer engine and piping, Sykes hydrometer, for checking the beer presumably, cigar box, and large quantity of beer cellar appointments. Sale to commence at 11 a.m. prompt. Terms, strictly cash. Goods on view, morning of sale only. And that was from the auctioneer's office of Athol Street in Douglas. The tram leaves Derby Castle, we were informed, at 10 a.m, arriving at Baldroma Crossing at 10:15 a.m. That being 1917. However, it seems the building itself wasn't sold, after all the contents had gone in 1917, until 1919. As far as we can see. In the Isle of Man Times of Saturday, August the 30th of that year, preliminary a sale by public auction of well-known freehold roadside hotel, the Liverpool Arms, the halfway house to Laxey, in the parish of Lonnon. Wednesday, September the 10th, one of the best roadside hotels in the Isle of Man, Mr. F.D. Johnson will sell by public auction, as above, that old established and popular hotel, the Liverpool Arms, the only roadside hotel between Douglas and Laxey. The property is situate on the main Douglas and Laxey High Road, close to stopping station of the Douglas, Laxey and Ramsey Electric Tramway, and is the most popular calling place for tourists and others on this extensively used road. The house is of attractive architectural design, with double front and bay windows, commodious and well arranged for business and residential purposes, spacious smoke room, bar, snug and other public rooms, exceptionally good living accommodation, stables or motor garage, the motor garage creeping in there, good garden, etc. Sale on the premises 3 p.m. Further particulars to be had on application to the auctioneer. I will finish off by skipping right the way forward to 1964 in the Green Final, when the Liverpool Arms was probably in a similar way to the way I remember it when I would go out there in the late 70s, early 80s, somewhere around there I would guess, and through the 80s and into the 90s until whatever time it closed. And this was just in a column of the Green Final in November the 7th of 64. Darts by Darrow. I don't recall who Darrow was, but somebody might. Shock result this week was the defeat of Liverpool Arms star John Duggan in the News of the World knockout. And then in heavy type as a sub-headline, he was beaten by a woman. So step up, Marjorie Eastwood, and take a bow. She even finished one leg on a treble 20 in double 16, as if it's tricky for women to do that. Ex-title holder Stan Quayle, Ridgeway's captain, moves into the next round too. He had a convincing win over teammate Derek Callow, currently leading the Ridgeway form table, and he looked unbeatable, as indeed perhaps Marjorie Eastwood was as well. A woman beating a man at darts. What was the world coming to? A brief look back at the history of the venerable Liverpool Arms, the original halfway house to Laxey, as detailed in the papers over the last century and a half, or thereabouts. The building's still there. Will it become a pub again? Only time will tell. But if it does, you might well think it could be old news. Until next week, cheerio.
You're gonna be yesterday's news.